Are you struggling to convert a promise into a JSON object? You're not alone. This is a common challenge many developers face. Today, we're going to break it down step by step. I completely understand how frustrating it can be when you're trying to work with data from a service and it just doesn't seem to cooperate. You're not the only one dealing with this issue. Let's look at the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, "How do I convert the promise returned by my service into an array of JSON objects in the controller?" They shared a screenshot of the data they received, which can be quite confusing. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this. So what's happening here? When you call a service that returns a promise, it means the data isn't immediately available. You need to wait for the promise to resolve before you can work with the data. Let's break this down further. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that can help you handle promises more effectively in your projects. To convert the promise returned by the service into an array of JSON objects, the user should first ensure that they are handling the promise correctly. This involves using the then method to access the data once the promise resolves. Next, the user should extract the relevant information from the resolved data. This can be done by mapping over the data to create an array of JSON objects that meet their requirements. After creating the array of JSON objects, the user can log the result to the console to verify that the conversion was successful. This is an important step to ensure that the data is formatted correctly. Finally, the user should handle any potential errors that may occur during the promise resolution. This can be done by adding a catch method to the promise chain. Fun fact, did you know that promises were introduced in JavaScript to help manage asynchronous operations? They make handling data much smoother. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach provided by another user suggests handling the promise asynchronously. They recommend using the then method to wait for the promise to resolve and then log the data as a JSON string. That's all for that response. Let's see what someone else had to say. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using the response JSON method to convert the promise into JSON objects. This method allows you to easily extract the data you need from the promise. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always remember to handle errors in your promises using the catch method. This will save you from unexpected crashes. And there you have it. You should now be able to convert promises into JSON objects with ease. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on coding.